you.
What are they doing? Why aren't they
creating more Master Lease figures?
Shun Ha! Ha! Nice to see you again.
Crane figure apologists.
What's up guys, Matt back again with another video, and Bandai announced their new Ichiban Kuji for August, and it is Dragon History. First of all, sorry if I look kind of weird. I literally have been awake since 5:30 in the morning. It's almost 7 o'clock right now. I just made my coffee. I'm still working on my coffee, so bear with me. So yeah, Dragon History. It is the first Ichiban Kuji in over 3 years that will be released that does not have Master Lee's figures within it for Dragon Ball. Now, Ichiban Kuji does have non-Master Lee's figures within many series, like One Piece. But it looks like they wanted to take a page out of One Piece's book and introduce one of their types of figures, which are called revival moments. These seem like figures that are based off of moments within the Dragon Ball manga or whatever manga that this figure could take place in, whether it's One Piece, Naruto, who cares, and they make it into a figure. That's something that we're pretty used to. Master Lee's figures are all based on manga panels. I have some thoughts on the figures. I have some thoughts on the set itself, but before I go into all that, let's go through each figure and talk about what they are and what they're based on. So prize A is Goku versus Piccolo from the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai, which is pretty cool to see since, you know, we just got a 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai set. These are figures that I was hoping to see as Master Lee's figures sometime soon, but it looks like Bandai decided to make revival moment figures of them for this new set. This is during the kind of the climax of their fight, when Goku does the meteor combination, which I don't know if that's the official name, but I know that's the name that they gave it during the Budokai Tenkaichi games. It's this like big combo, and then Goku like hits him in the stomach, jumps up, and then shoots a Kamehameha at Piccolo from the air. So pretty iconic scene. I think that Goku's face looks okay. It is a little bit off. Same with Piccolo's. Piccolo's face looks kind of strange. It looks like they will be stuck to this base of stones, and the figure itself will be at 15 centimeters, give or take. Prize B is my favorite in the whole bunch, and it's Kaioken Goku versus Vegeta. I think this is when Goku uses Kaioken times 2, if I'm remembering correctly, and he just socks Vegeta straight in the face. Very iconic manga panel. One of my favorite manga panels of all time. From Akira Toriyama, rest in peace. But like, it is probably the best one of the entire set. Goku looks really well done. So does Vegeta. I would not be surprised if Varuk was the sculptor behind these two figures. Now, it does say that they're going to be 20 centimeters, but I will say that that they're probably going to be on a stand, a base and a stand, and they're going to be above each other. So like, the top of Goku's fist will probably reach 20 centimeters from the bottom of the base. So like the figures themselves will not be 20 centimeters each. Prize C is probably my least favorite. It was the first one I saw during the live stream last night when I had to rush out of bed hearing there was a new Ichiban Kuji to react to. So if you guys haven't seen that, I'll maybe put it down in the comments below so you guys can go check out my live reaction and thoughts to this. It is Goku versus Frieza, when I think it's during the fight when Frieza says, "Hey, I won't even use my hands to fight you." And while they're fighting, Frieza gets the upper hand, wraps his tail around Goku's neck, and then Goku has no choice but to bite down on his tail for him to let him go. So he actually ends up punching Goku in the face, and Goku gets at him and says something along the lines of like, "Oh, looks like I made you use your hands." And yeah, a pretty iconic moment. The figure is 23 centimeters, but that's, again, likely from the bottom of the base all the way to the top of Frieza's head. So, yeah, they'll be proper Master Lee's, or I'm sorry, Ichiban Kuji size, but I'm not so sure about the scaling. I think it's a cool moment, but just Goku's face looks a little weird to me. Frieza's looks pretty on point with the source material, I believe. But I don't know, just kind of looks a little strange to me, especially being on more of like a rounded base. But yeah, that's Goku versus Frieza. And then finally, our last one prize is Goku and Bulma when they first get to the beach in the beginning of Dragon Ball, shortly before they meet Master Roshi. So the turtle goes into the water to go fetch Master Roshi. Goku tastes the water thinking that it's, gonna taste like river water, but it's seawater, so it's super salty, and he's just like, it's so salty. And Bulma's just kind of like, giving him a look. In the manga, Bulma's expression looks a little, I don't know, angrier. I guess angrier is probably the best way to say it. They kind of toned it back here. Which is kind of interesting. But that's the last one prize. It's Goku and Bulma. I kind of got emotional during the stream when I first saw this, just because it reminded me of Akira Toriyama, just seeing early Dragon Ball Goku and Bulma. But yeah, that is the set. It's 4 different figures. Obviously, they all come in pairs, and they're going to be all these revival moment type of figures. Now, let me give my thoughts on this. Now, as you guys know, I'm huge on Ichiban Kuji. I love Ichiban Kuji. I even like some of the older non-Masterlies Ichiban Kuji, but Masterlies is my favorite type of figures. It's the main part of my collection, as you guys can see right here. I'm a huge fan of Masterlies. They're my favorites. We have been getting nothing but Masterlies, but actually, let me back up. Masterlies started in December 2017 with Dragon Ball Memories, the Goku and Vegeta set, for Dragon Ball specifically. I don't know if it started with any other figures off the top of my head, but that's where it started with Dragon Ball, and we were getting more and more and more of them over time. And in 2021, in the middle of that year, we only started getting Masterlies figures. And I understand that Masterlies figures may not be everybody's cup of tea. People maybe won't like them, but in my observation, and of course my personal bias, it seems like Masterlies is the most popular when it comes to Dragon Ball figures. They've helped grown interest in the hobby and in a lot of people. And I think they're the highest quality and kind of standard for Dragon Ball collectors. But I am very disappointed to see that one of this year's Ichiban Kuji has been taken up by these, because I have some pretty critical opinions about this. First of all, I don't think a lot of these look very good. I'm just gonna flat out say it. I think Goku and Vegeta, they look pretty spectacular. You can see shading on Vegeta's armor. Goku has the proper Kaioken shading that I always rag on about. Their likenesses are fantastic, but then of course, they're gonna be on a big base and a stand, which is kind of what we expect from like Crane figures. I don't like seeing it in Ichiban Kuji because I feel like it makes the figures look a little cheap. They're usually smaller, and you're still paying Kuji prices, $40+. Now, some people are okay with that, and they say, well, a Matchmaker's is $30 a pop, so paying just $10 more for this seems fair. Yeah, but Matchmakers shouldn't even be $30 in the first place, in my opinion. If you use BashWin Collectibles, you can probably get them for like much cheaper, half the price maybe. So, if you've been collecting as long as I have, you also know that back in the day, even Matchmakers and other figure lines used to be much higher quality and much bigger in scale, and they were like $20 back in like 2019. This was only 5 years ago. So I think we should take a step back and not settle for Bandai trying to shove something like this in our face, and charge the prices that they're likely going to charge for this. I don't know what they're going to charge for this. It could be $30 for each one. If it is, cool. I doubt that though. I really expect these to be $40, maybe even $50 each. For US dollars. So whatever that translates to my international audience, you guys can make that yourself. Yeah, I think they're glorified Crane figures. It's really disappointing, and Bandai has kind of conditioned me and a lot of the Ichiban Kuji collecting audience that Masterlies is like what you're gonna expect. This is what we're doing now, and you know, they've also been starting to introduce other characters that we've never seen and different forms, which is really cool. And I'm not saying that Masterlies is gonna die. I highly doubt Masterlies is gonna die, especially now that they've introduced Masterlies Plus. It just is disappointing to see one of this year's Ichiban Kuji as this. Am I gonna collect it? Yeah, I'm still gonna get it, because eventually one of my plans as a collector is to get every single Dragon Ball Ichiban Kuji. So that does mean, you know, even like the smaller ones, the Super Saiyan Battle that I reviewed back in 2019, the Dokkan Battle figures that came out in 2020, you know, those types of things. And I'll enjoy it, and I'm sure I'll even enjoy reviewing these, but that doesn't mean that I can't be disappointed in seeing this as one of our Ichiban Kuji lotteries for 2024, and especially when we've gotten so many great sets revealed already. You know, even I've had my issue with Temple on the Clouds not having Mr. Popo, and I still think that set is good. It was also just disappointing not to see Mr. Popo there, and he's being replaced by a dinner plate. And I guess this also hit me like back to back, because the Popo news happened like just a week ago. So seeing this right after that kind of, you know, soured my mood. And I don't mean to be negative. I want to bring positivity to this hobby and this community, you know, and I want to welcome everybody's opinions on this. But I'm just trying to state as many, you know, criticisms as I can, so that, you know, you guys can kind of see it from my perspective and set some expectations for a lot of you. But I have seen a majority, and this could just be me, but I have seen a majority of people, at least in my comment section, you know, not be very excited about this. But I don't know. I don't know what else to say. This comes out in August, so I will be reviewing it. I don't think I'm going to include this in my August giveaway for YouTube members. I think a lot of my YouTube members would prefer not getting this as their giveaway that they're, you know, donating $10 to the channel. I appreciate the support, and I do know some of you just support me to support me, which I'm very grateful for. But my giveaways, you know, I try to put myself in your place and think, okay, what do a majority of my audience like? And I think a majority of us prefer Masterlies figures. So you guys let me know in the comment section, would you like me to give this away? If you're a $10 member or plan to be a $10 member, would you prefer for me to give this away in August, this whole set, or would you prefer for me to give away an assortment of Masterlies figures? And it could be, you know, almost anything, depending on what, you know, finances and everything looks like during that time. I try to make things as cool as possible. I have some really cool ideas in the future. So yeah, that's it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and let's discuss. But until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.